Do you think you should have Chinese blood to be successful in business? In this episode, we'll talk about why the Chinese are so good at business and why you can be good too, even if you're not Chinese. Hi, welcome to MommyNegosyo's Business Tips number 19. This is a usual statement I hear from my mentees and even from strangers. Business is in the blood. Or, only the Chinese succeed in business in the Philippines. A full-blooded Filipino mentee, Cora, who is a private employee, said this. I won't succeed in business, Mommy N, because I don't have Chinese blood in me. I asked, what makes you think that? Because that's what I see around me. The sis, the tans, gokong ways, etc. Even the stores in the barrio where I came from are all owned by the Chinese. And that's stopping you from pursuing your dream to own a business? I asked. Well, the fact that I am not Chinese makes me think that I'm not cut out to be a business owner. Cora, I said, that's only a false belief. And I added, trust me, my life story is proof that business has nothing to do with blood. Success has nothing to do with a surname as well. It has nothing to do with luck either. You see, there are many successful Filipino entrepreneurs and their story has nothing to do with their bloodline. Take a look at the example of Mrs. Socorro Ramos, the owner of National Bookstore. Was her bookstore business an overnight success? Well, no. She and her husband, they went through tough times. Their business suffered setbacks during the time of the Second World War. And take note, she never graduated from college. Now, look at where her business is. Mrs. Socorro Ramos or Nanay Coring has passed on an entrepreneurial mindset to her children and grandchildren. Does she have Chinese blood? I'm not sure about this. There's little information about that part of Nanay Coring's life, but this one is for sure. Everything is built on hard work, sacrifice, faith, frugality, and integrity. I know what you're thinking. MommyNegosyo, what about you? You're a Tam and therefore you're Chinese, right? Yes, you are partly right. My grandfathers from both sides were Chinese and they were businessmen. Did that make me successful instantly? Unfortunately, no. I struggled for 40 years and during those times, I even thought I was a failure. I've committed a lot of business mistakes, more than all my fingers and toes combined. Can you imagine? We opened and closed over 20 businesses. And for every business we started, we faced different kinds of challenges. We fell deeply into debt, so deep that even our marriage became rocky. And how were we able to turn things around? You'll find out through these MommyNegosyo tips. Number 1, Chinese are good in business because of their mindset. Jack Ma's words are true. He said, if you have a different mindset, you will have a different outcome. You see, it was only when we shifted our mindset that we were able to pay our debts little by little. And this brings us to tip number 2. The Chinese are not scared of hard work. That's one trait we're known for, hardworking. We'll do whatever it takes to survive. So, we must embrace the truth that starting a business is like planting a tree. I keep on saying that. Okay? I learned the hard way that there's no magic. We should be ready to work hard and make sacrifices. And of course, business, it's not for the faint-hearted. Because, even in our dreams, while we're sleeping, we are still working. We have to take good care of what we have planted no matter what. So that in the years to come, we will be able to harvest as many fruits as the tree can yield. Were we about to do it alone? No. And here is tip number 3. Business is actually in the environment. Have you noticed that the Chinese business owners, they flock together? Well, to become a business owner, we must associate ourselves with like-minded people. Not everyone will understand what we're going through. Often, others think that business owners have lots and lots of money to spend. They don't see the sleepless nights we endure, worrying how we will be able to pay our employees and our suppliers. But with like-minded people, they'll understand these concerns, especially people who have been there and done that. So yes, it has nothing to do with our lineage. I'm half Chinese, but I learned that it's not about being Chinese. It's in the history books. Do you know that many Chinese died from hunger before because of floods? They're still dying now, right? So, floods, drought, because of clayish soil, and because of the corrupt leaders that used to run China. You learn that from history. This is why there are so many Chinese all around the world. They had to migrate so that they could send home money to feed their parents and their children. That's why my grandparents left China to come here. And because they were not educated, they could not get jobs except as laborers. They were carrying sacks of copras of 80 kilos each. Imagine that. And when they became older and unable to carry them, they had to give way to younger laborers. They could not be farmers because they could not own land here in the Philippines. So the only way they could survive was to be peddlers. And because they were hardworking and frugal, they grew. Their businesses grew and they became really business owners from peddlers. My husband and I, we did not go through that harsh life because we were born here and our parents were also born here. So this means that you and I, we have the same playing field. And having Chinese blood isn't a guarantee that our businesses will become successful. Successful businesses are built on one's calling, commitment, and understanding of the ins and outs of running one. I hope this motivates you to keep going towards your dream to become a business owner. So, make sure to share this video with a fellow aspiring entrepreneur and join our community by clicking the link below to learn more. See you in the next video. Bye!